Thank you, Sip Sunil, Chittal, Sip Kumar Swami, Sip Chandrakant, Sip Ru Mataji, Sip Bliss, having coffee, Sip Samatma, Sip Sangam Gupta, Sip Yogini. Actually, there is no Yogini, only Yogi. Talk to me later. Sip Kundan, Sip Matkura Anand, Sip Nagraj. I see you joining regularly. Welcome, Nagraj. Sip Bricko, Sip Dasi, Sip Sagai, Sip Rekha, Sip Devika, Sip Ashok Nichani. And the rest of you, welcome to the call. We have an interesting conversation today. Administrator, put it on and let's get going. The question for today, does a spiritual journey mean no fun in life? What do you think? Do you think a spiritual journey means there is no fun? There should not be fun? We should give up all fun? What is your understanding of a spiritual journey? Who would like to be the champion to answer the question first?
Can I talk? Hi, yes, Ravi. How are you?
Very well.
Yeah, for me, spirituality is a journey of happiness, joy, fun, loving. It's like lively and beautiful.
Okay, so you don't subscribe to the belief that spirituality means giving up all the fun in life.
No, spirituality is in fact fun itself.
Okay, good. That means
there is no better fun than having fun than being in spirituality.
That means you have reached that state of Sat Chit Anand. Only when you reach that state of Sat Chit Anand, you feel like this. So you should share with us where you are on the journey. It's good to have you on the call, Rita. And as the call goes forward, I would like you to explain to us why. I would like to do it now. Are you ready? Tell us why, because let me give you the contra. Many people think spirituality, in fact, Friday's subject is called Vairagya, renunciation. So many people think spirituality is tapasya, it is renunciation, it is giving up fun, it is giving up food, it is giving up drinks, it is giving up people, it is giving up money, it is giving up success. So how can then it be fun? Yes, Rita? Administrator, you could hear me?
Yeah, hi. Because my internet is a little bit poor today. So okay. I recall Sadhu Vaswani's code. He said, men must not leave the world. Men must not run away from the world into the solitude of mountain caves and forest grove. Men must live in this world and fulfill his obligations and duties.
Very good.
Yeah. And look at everything as it is just an appearance. It is not true. Nothing is true. Nothing is real. It is just an appearance. It comes and it goes.
Okay. Excellent. So for those who don't know Rita, Rita has been with our master Dadaji for decades together. I'm not sure she was there before me or not, I can't remember, but she has been very close, like Dasi Budhrani, who was on the call every day. So Rita Thakur is very close to Dada. Thank you, Rita, for your comments. Who else would like to comment on this? We want to get the group. Is Administrator, the question once again, can you please put it for the benefit since we've got deep into it? What is the question? Does a spiritual journey mean no fun in life? Who else would like to speak and who has got a contrary answer? Who agrees that it means no fun? Anybody like that? Let me know what you feel. Who's going next?
Shivam Saji.
Shivam Ashok, bolo Ashok.
It's not like that, Saji. In spirituality, in that life, we can have fun all the time.
So we can have sharab, kebab, shabab.
No, not that fun, Saji.
Then
the path of spirituality. that we have to follow
So
along
what
with
type
the
of fun?
samsar.
So
Along with
what type of
samsar.
no? So along with
Samsar. Even
so what
samsar,
type,
we should have samsar also, we should devote time.
so what type of fun is allowed in spirituality? Rita Thakur gave the quote of Dada Sadhu Vaswani. That is the Sadhu Vaswani is the guru of our guru. Dada Vaswani is our guru, and Sadhu T.L. Vaswani is the guru of Dadaji.
Yes,
So
sir.
she spoke how he said that man must not run away from this world. This world is a leela, it's a maya, it's a cosmic illusion, it's a show. But people are confused. A lot of people ask me this call, can we have fun? How much fun? What fun we should have? Many people ask me the question, black label, blue label, gold label. Which label is allowed? Which label is allowed? How many pegs a day? How many pegs a week? A lot of people ask this question.
That is the wrong path.
Wrong path. No, but some people think it's the right path. So the question is, Ashok, does a spiritual journey means no fun? Or does it mean fun?
It is fun all the time.
So even Rita said the same thing.
On
So
the
can you
path
explain? Can
of,
you
on the
explain
path of
how?
spirituality,
Yeah.
we should follow, and if we are in conscious awareness, we will get that bliss. We will reach
now,
Satchit Anand.
Very good. So this is what I was questioning Rita. So Ashok, what is the difference between ordinary fun and spiritual fun?
Sarji, ordinary fun is temporary.
Good.
And the other one is permanent, bliss.
Good. So what? Yeah. So what people are
world.
Continue, Ashok, continue.
This is the temporary fun is all material world, Sarji. It is not
Ashok,
always.
So Ashok, the fun people are thinking fun is pleasure. People are thinking fun is sensual pleasures. Sensual pleasure is fun, sensual pleasure of the body, the mind, the ego. But those are not real pleasures. Those don't give real happiness. But spirituality gives you ananda, gives you satchit ananda. Yeah, which is a greater happiness. But we are still not there. The point we are still trying to ask, and I think Chandrakant wants to go next. Does spiritual journey means no fun? So do we have to give up all the pleasures of life? Do we have to stop eating biryani, eat only white rice with dal? Do we have to stop eating salt and pepper? Do we have to stop eating chilies? Do we have to stop going to McDonald's and eating French fries? Do we have to stop eating samosas and pakoras? What is allowed? What is not allowed? What is good? What is bad? Drinking, partying, what is good? What is bad as per spirituality?
We should follow only what is good, not the bad part of it.
Yeah, but that's what people don't know. So let us try to get, before end of today's call, we should have the answer. Before end of the call, we should have answer.
Only some people only cow P-O-G-O.
Yeah, but is that okay?
It is not that, Sarji.
Okay. So let's try. Let's get to Chandrakant, Sunil Chittal, and Rekha Parwani.
Ourselves, and we should live for others. Help others.
Why you should live for others, Ashok? For what reason?
No, help others.
Help others.
So that we can get ananda.
Okay, good. I agree with you. That's a good way of helping others. But the moment
definitely help them so that we get ananda. That is more than what is a temporary P-O-G-O.
Okay, I accept your point, but it leads to another question of duality. But we will not get there. Today's subject is we are going to go with Chandrakant, Sunil Chittal, Rekha Parwani. Does a spiritual journey mean no fun in life? Chandrakant.
Guruji, Shivam.
Shivam.
Basically, it's not fun, it's all about the bliss. That's our own nature. We call it Satchit Anand.
Yeah.
So that not depend on anything. In relative world or Maya, our pleasure is depend on the Sanjog. And that is dependency is there, and that is very temporary phase. Whereas our own nature is Satchitananda. Basically, there are two important aspects. One is Prakriti and other is Paramatma. Prakriti is an effect part that may have fun or not fun, but our nature is to just watch what is the Prakriti is doing basically. I always think we are in the observer positions because effect is not in our hand, and we just can stay and observe what is happening in Prakriti basically. That's what
So
I feel.
No, what you're saying is the very evolved answer. What you're saying is a very spiritual answer, Chandrakant. So we do not want the pleasure of Prakriti. We want the bliss, the ananda of Paramatma.
Yeah.
This is what I understand.
That
What you're saying.
yeah.
This is perfectly okay. But what do you think about in a spiritual journey? Is it fun? Can we have fun or no fun? So that word fun, what do you think about what fun is different and bliss is different?
Yeah, actually, I would like to answer you, sir. Basically, क्या होता है कि जब when there is a we apply our spiritual knowledge, and when there is a removal of the ignorance, then that nirakulta automatically start coming. You are getting my point, sir?
Yeah, continue.
When in Sanjog, when the ignorance, because we wind up the ignorance and that open up in the ignorance in every time. So by understanding spiritual principle, when we understand ki this is that, the clarity of mind is there. Clarity, not mind exact, the clarity of vision is there. I will say, I will not use the word mind. There is a clarity of vision. And once this clarity goes increasing, we will have that nirakulta. Start getting
I think
ananda.
what you're saying is the spiritual journey will make you evolve. Correct?
Yeah.
Like there was yesterday somebody sent me one good episode of Super Sindhi. In that episode of Super Sindhi, what they show, that man is enjoying the dirty pani puri of that fellow who's using dirty hands and his dirty sweat and scratching, and he doesn't want to have clean pani puri. So he's enjoying the dirty pani puri. But the person who is spiritually evolved will not want the dirty pani puri. He will enjoy the good, clean pani puri, and he will not seek that dirty kind of food because he knows the realization is there. Thank you, Chandrakant. I think you're given an evolved answer. Sunil Chittal, Rekha Parwani. Yes, please.
Shivam, Sarji.
Shivam, Sunil.
The question is, does the spiritual journey mean no fun in life?
Correct.
Actually, if you look at the question, you are stressing more on the spiritual journey. The spiritual journey starts with mumukshatvam, and then when you start applying, you are following the path at the journey, then you have to choose between shreyas and prayas. So that basically what we feel is fun eventually results in deterioration, or there is a dukkha at the end. And what is shreyas is sometimes like disciplines that we have to follow in the process of spiritual path. By following all the yogas and living as a yogi, you may feel physically, you may feel mentally, you may feel because of your ignorance, they are all painful. But the end, there is Amrit. So we are talking about the after reaching the goal, the bliss is there. But till the time we reach the goal, this intellectual discernment, viveka and vairagya, has to be followed. So the process, there may be an element of pain in the beginning, but eventually it results in a permanent state of happiness or ananda. So journey, I'm looking at the journey, not at the end point of the journey. When you start as an ignorant man, and when the guru gives you the guidance, and guru gives you the thing, like for example, going to a pub is socializing, okay, but attending a satsang also is socializing. Now, which is shreyas and which is prayers? That is where the discernment comes, and the journey has to be traveled by everybody with his own proper intelligence, and whatever surrounding God gives him. Accordingly, he has to choose his path, and without losing sight of the goal, move towards it. So is it fun? Yes, but at the shreyas level. Fun at the prayers level, you are losing that fun. You can't drink wine, socialize, and that type of fun which we have, as I think Chandrakant said, in Prakriti. No, any fun you have in Prakriti will always result in that there is dukkha. That's what the whole life is. And Mumukshatva and the guidance of the Guru and grace of God takes you to on the right journey path. And there you have to know that the end result will always be Amrit. It will always be good. But initial discipline, you may feel physically that there is pain and there is no fun.
Thank you, sir. You have given a very answer in full consciousness, because what Sunil Chittal has done, Sunil Chittal has taken the word by word question and analyzed it beautifully. And Sunil Chittal says, does a spiritual journey? He says, no, hello, wait, don't go. I want to talk only journey. And our Dadaji used to always talk about the Shreya and prayer. Dada used to always talk. One Shreya and prayer, one is something that is very sweet in the beginning, but bitter in the end. One is a little bitter in the beginning, but Amrit in the end. Right? The one is the right way. One is the way of pleasure. One is the way of purpose. So Dada used to always talk about this, Shreya and prayer. But Sunil said it very beautifully. What Sunil said, in the initial stage, it may look like we are giving up some fun. But when life is done, then we will have Ananda, we will have this such a kind of bliss that what we gave up. See, let me give you a small story. And before we go on to Rekha Parwani, I'm giving this story because it relates to because of Sunil Chittal's answer. Otherwise, I would not give this story. There was a farmer with his children, and they were living in very cold conditions. And they were not, the conditions were bad. So the farmer had finally left over just one bag of sweet corn. He only had one bag of sweet corn. And the children and the wife were very hungry. And they said, we have not eaten properly from 2 days. We need to eat this sweet corn. And the farmer said, if I do not plant this sweet corn, then we will all be completely wiped out, because the sweet corn will give us the harvest for the next. This is a story. I'm just explaining to you. He had a bag of corn. So he made the family struggle and not eat and just manage with water and kanji water and manage with whatever little bit they could manage. But he planted the corn, which gave them the future harvest of so much corn, which they could survive with. But this is what is all about. So thank you, Sunil. We are still looking at an answer. Is the spiritual journey mean no fun? So does the spiritual journey mean no fun in life? So at the end, we will come to understand whether how much of this fun we can have, we can't have, what is allowed, what is not allowed. Let us get into that. But let us first get to Rekha Parwani, then Ru Mataji. Rekha Parwani. Rekha Parwani, are you there? Okay, till Rekha, Ru Mataji. Ru Mataji. Can they hear me, Administrator? Can I be heard?
Guruji Pranam, Shivoham.
Pranam. Mataji boliye.
Guruji, spiritual life, jo hai, it is full of fun. Now, it is not that we cannot enjoy samosa or pakoras. We can enjoy, but we should not become slave of those things. I cannot live without samosa and pakoda. Now I will go 5 miles to eat that. That feeling should not be there. Mil jaye to acha, nahi mile to bhi theek hai. We should not become the slave of the things. Not only eating, other things also. Same is with everything. Spiritual life is full of fun because we are tasting the Amrit, Satchit Anand. Before, in front of Satchit Anand, nothing matters. कुछ भी नहीं है, सब फीका है. जो आनंद है, जो स्वीटनेस उसमें है, वो किसी चीज में नहीं है. चाहे कोई पब में ड्रिंक करके एंजॉय करे, चाहे वो पार्टीज अटेंड करे, they are nothing in front of Satchitanand.
Thank you. So Ru Mataji has taken the journey at a different level. She is talking about the journey as you move forward on the journey. So Sunil Chittal took it as a journey, But Ru Mataji is saying when you go on the journey of spirituality, when you are forward, when you move forward in this journey and you reach that state of Sat Chit Anand, then what is this fun? What is this? It's just like a small child standing in the ice cream shop and crying. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Mother gives one slap. What ice cream, ice cream, ice cream? You can't keep eating ice cream every day. So, but the child wants the ice cream. So person who is not on the spiritual journey is like a child who's crying for fun. What is it, Shreya and prayer? Wanting just the pleasure. And that person is seeking the pleasure. The person doesn't become a mumukshutvam, doesn't spend time in silence, and doesn't want to spend time in yoga, doesn't spend time with vairagya and vivek. So obviously these are some disciplines. But in the journey, when you start enjoying the journey, so for example, if you have meditation, silence, that silence is the peace. The peace becomes the foundation of happiness. Unfortunately, 99% of this world thinks that fun is material pleasures. They think that fun is only fulfilling sense pleasures. What the eyes can see, the tongue can taste, the skin can touch, the nose can smell. That's why today there are billions of dollars people are spending on perfumes. There are trillions of dollars people are spending on music, because people are so enamored by fragrances. And so this kind of fun, what does it do? Is this fun bad? No, it's not bad. But if you become the physical body, if you become the physical body and the mind, then what Ru Mataji said, that you become a slave. Having a dosa was fine, but what the problem with me is I wanted the dosa, means I wanted that dosa, and the way, and sometimes I would send my driver back 4 times because the dosa was wrong. I was very hungry, but I would not eat it. Dosa has come, no, go back, because it's not kadak. Now dosa has come kadak, why have we put red chutney inside? No, it's not correct, go back. I was like a madman. I was a slave of dosa. I was a real slave of dosa. So for me to give up dosa was a big achievement. So my dear friends, the question what Ru Mataji said, we should not be a slave. But does the spiritual journey means no fun in life?
Guruji, one thing is more. I have seen Chitralekha movie. In that one song was there, तुम संसार से भागे फिरते हो तो भगवान को क्या पाओगे. मतलब एक सेंट होते हैं, वो मतलब जंगलों में जाके करते हैं पूजा वगैरह, और ये होती है एक वैश्या जो आती है उनके पास, तो उन्हें अपने पास वाली कुटिया में रहने के लिए रख देते हैं. तो रात को फिर वो उनको यही चिंता लगी रहती है कि कोई मेरा चेला तो नहीं वहां गया, मेरा चेला तो नहीं गया. एंड में वो खुद ही वहां पहुंच जाते हैं. और वो लेडी जो थी उसको तो भगवान मिल गए, मगर उनको वो प्रे करते हैं भगवान से कि अगर मैंने तुम्हारी सच्ची पूजा करी है तो तुम मेरा अभी एंड कर दो, क्योंकि मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा था कि I will fall back in संसार again. So snake came and he bit him, and that sannyasi died. So that movie gave a very moral to us that everyone should control the feelings. You have to be in Satchitanand. पता नहीं कहाँ से याद आ गई वो movie.
Okay, no, good. It's a good. I'm happy you shared it, because see, but let us understand one thing. The challenge is, how does the person start a spiritual journey? When you start a spiritual journey, what Sunil Chittal said, at that point of time, it's a challenge to give up certain things. A man who's drinking every day, a man who's eating and partying every day, how that person can dedicate to spirituality? They can't, right? Because they're distracted. There's a person who goes for a movie every night. But I know people every day, they cannot sleep without a movie. So if you are spending not only the movie 3 hours, but the kind of garbage that the movie puts into your head. So you are programmed, you're putting garbage through food, you're putting garbage through drinking, you're putting garbage through movies. How will you start a spiritual journey? So first of all, the challenge is for people who start. But in this group, we don't have such people. In this call, we already have people who are on the spiritual journey, who are advanced. Right? In this group, it's not that we have got newcomers. But for people in this group, I'm only addressing people in this group. Does a spiritual journey mean no fun in life? So here, there's nothing wrong in having fun. But we should know whether our fun is letting us remain in consciousness or our fun is making us sink in samsara. If your fun is making you sink in samsara, you're a gone case. And the danger is sometimes we don't know. Sometimes the danger is somebody says, okay, I just had a sip of drink. I had one sip of alcohol or I had one peg in the party. I'm fine. I'm okay. But after 1 month, you see that he's fully drunk. Every day he's drinking 3 pegs. Now he's gone. Such a person cannot have vivek. Such a person cannot be in consciousness. So there's a big challenge for people on this journey to understand what fun is okay, what fun is not okay. And as all of you have said, when you start enjoying spiritual bliss, Sat Chit Anand, then these petty pleasures of the body, mind, and ego will not affect us. Because we realize these are temporary. You have a drink, it is temporary. You eat, it is temporary. You watch a movie, it is temporary. You go to the casino and you gamble, it is temporary. These are all temporary pleasures. But the person who is on a spiritual journey, they enjoy. If I look at my own Dadaji, he was a simple man, but he was full of fun. Full of fun means full of smiles, full of humor, full of laughter, full of peace and bliss and joy. But he never ate any non-veg, or he never drank, or he never partied. But he was living a spiritual journey and his life was full of fun, but the right kind of fun. Now, this is what each one of us needs to understand. It's not that we cannot have fun, but we have to have the right fun. If we have the right fun, if we can remain in that state of yoga, if we can remain in the state of Satchitanand, perfectly okay. We should not sink. Rekha Parwani. Rekha Parwani.
Shivoham AiR.
Shivoham.
Shivoham AiR.
Yes, Rekha. Shivoham.
The one who has tasted the fun of the spiritual journey will know the difference of the fun of world of the mind, and then it is like greed, jealousy. But the fun of the spiritual journey is complete bliss, Satchit Ananda. So I don't think in spiritual journey the fun is too good. It is not.
Okay, your connection is not
we
good.
Don't have fun.
Yeah, your connection
consciousness.
Your connection is not good, but I think we get the essence of what you are
Yes.
saying. So the ones who are on a spiritual journey, they enjoy a different kind of fun. And the ones who are on a material journey, they are caught in success, pleasure, money, name, fame, greed, desire.
Yes.
But they're never happy. See,
Anger.
if success and money was equal to happiness, and then all the rich people in the world should be happy now. All the successful people should be happy. But if you go and you Google, the most number of suicides you will find are all famous people. Many famous people commit suicide. Many rich and famous people. I think the day we were doing a study, I think we found comedians, right? We found Mr. Williams. so many comedians. When we were trying to search who are the comedians of the world, we found many comedians committing suicide. So the point is, then there's the beautiful Hindi song. You must have heard that Hindi song, right? It says, "Tum itna jo muskura rahe ho, kya gam hai jisko chupa rahe ho." So many people are hiding their misery by the veil of artificial fun and pleasure. But that is not going to take us anywhere. Anybody else wants to add to this before I conclude the subject? But we have 5 minutes more. I have administrator. Anybody, any typed questions, any typed comments, administrator?
I think Girish can explain. He's made a lot of comments.
Yes, you would like to speak, or Girish will speak?
Girish.
Girish, would you like to talk, Girish? No, he cannot talk. So you please read out the comments. Can you read?
Girish says, on the journey, one has to practice detached attachment, which can
Yes.
be real fun. As the journey goes on, one comes near and then near the real happiness, which was there by default, but discovered and realized during the journey.
Yes. So let me look at these 2 points. So the first point Girish spoke about is detached attachment. So the problem is, when we are having fun, we become attached to people, to possessions. Actually, we become a slave. We actually become a slave. We think we are enjoying. We think that we are consuming pleasure, but actually the pleasure is consuming us. In the end, we cry. We cry because we become miserable. So the first point Girish speaks about, very good, Girish says, is must be detached attachment. I think the second point he says is on the journey. Correct me if I'm wrong, I hope I didn't miss it. But as you keep going on this journey, you keep going forward, going, you keep experiencing a bliss, which is much greater. So I don't know if Girish has any other point, but Girish is inspiring me to one more very beautiful point. My dear friends, have you seen who are the happiest people in this world? They are the yogis and the sannyasis, and the real happiest people in the world are the people who do not need something to become happy. They are happy even without anything. So sometimes I say I'm the happiest man in the world, not because of money or not because of somebody. It's not somebody made me happy or something made me happy or some place made me happy. No, happiness is a state of being. What is a state of being? It's a state of spiritual being. When you reach that state of spirituality, you don't need anything to be happy. You are happy. You don't need to become happy. You just have to be happy. And that's an art of living life in the moment. Now, often I tell people, pal mein jiyo, kal mein nahi jiyo. Pal mein, this pal is pal mein jiyo, not gaya hua kal or aane wala kal. Forget the past, forget the future. Is pal mein jiyo. How do you do that? You can only do that by spirituality. The spiritual journey makes you understand that life is all about the moment. The spiritual journey makes you understand to be in consciousness. And who's the happiest man in this world? The happiest man, what Girish said, I think one more point, he said that happiness is already inside us. You see, a lot of people are searching for peace of mind. Peace of mind, I written the quote, I told you, peace of mind, you cannot find. Peace of mind, you cannot find. It is within. Peace of mind, and peace is the foundation of happiness. If there's no peace, there can be no happiness. Peace of mind you cannot find, it is within. Just still the mind. Just still the mind. Easy to still the mind? Is it easy? Huh? All those people who are chasing fun, can they still the mind? The people who are chasing fun, their mind is like a monkey. They are doing all the wrong things. They are doing all the wrong things because their mind is chasing fun. They are not able to remain in consciousness. And because of that, they suffer. They suffer because they are chasing the wrong path. So, Administrator, any more points on Girish or anybody else before we close today?
Girish says that material happiness depends on happenings and not happenings, but spiritual happiness is regardless of external happenings, which can be real fun.
Good. So material fun is whether something happens or does not happen. It's all dependent on circumstances. But spiritual bliss, in spiritual bliss, there's one Munisri. I met a Munisri in 1985. 95, 37 years back. I met a Munisri in Mount Abu. I've not told you all this, I think. Have I told you? I met a Munisri 37 years back in Mount Abu. And when we went there, you know what he said? The Dadaji asked him, Munisri, सब बच्चे लोग आए हैं, पूरे इंडिया से बच्चे लोग आए हैं, आप खुश तो है? You know what he said? He said, तुम आओ तो भी खुश, ना आओ तो भी खुश, जो मिलो तो भी खुश, ना मिलो तो भी खुश. हाँ, तुम आओ तो भी खुश, ना आओ तो भी खुश, जो मिलो तो भी खुश, ना मिलो तो भी खुश. Can we reach that state? Can we reach that state? Okay, let me conclude on the subject of today. We cannot go away from the subject of today, and therefore I want to speak on the subject of today. Subject is, does a spiritual journey mean no fun in life? The spiritual journey means lot of fun in life. The spiritual journey means lot of ananda, lot of satchitanand, lot of nirvana. Yes, the spiritual journey sometimes gives up some tiny temporary pleasures. And those pleasures, when you give up, you get 10 times more fun, 10 times more bliss. But many people who do not understand this, they don't want to give up the 10% pleasure for 100% bliss. And therefore, like many of the speakers today, right from Rita, who spoke for the first time today, then Sunil Chittal and everybody, Girish's comments, Ashok Nichani, everybody who spoke, Chandrakant, everybody is on the same. Nobody in this group spoke and said, spiritual journey means, oh, we have to give up everything. We have to give up all the pleasures of life. My dear friends, spiritual journey is the most blissful journey. It is the most happy journey in this world. It gives you the joy that is not dependent on things. It is not dependent on success, on money, on achievement. It is not dependent on people. Spiritual journey gives you a state of Sat Chit Anand. What is Sat Chit Anand? When there is Chit or consciousness of Sat, the truth, you reach that state of bliss. Huh? So unless you reach that state of bliss, you can't be happy. So I was just now I recorded a beautiful song. I'm in Switzerland and I was doing a bhajan, and in this bhajan, I don't know, I have it right here. I did a beautiful song about what is life. Do people actually know the meaning of life? Half the people, not most people in this world, don't know. जीवन क्या है कोई न जाने, सब समझते हम ये जाने, सच का एहसास जो है करते वो ही जाने, जीवन क्या है अनुभूति अपरोक्ष है, कृपा से ही ये होता है, अविद्या में जो जीते हैं वो जीते हैं और मर जाते, सच का एहसास जो है करते वो ही जाने, जीवन क्या है. In this, the last antra is very beautiful. It matches today's topic. So I'd like to end with this. It says, जीवन का मतलब क्या है, लोग समझते खुश होना है, पर जो इस संसार में जीता वो दुखी होके मरता है, अपरोक्ष अनुभूति जो करता, जीवन का मकसद जानता है, जग से हमें मुक्त होना, प्रभु से एक होना है। लोग जीते मरते पुनर्जन्म लेते हैं, मुक्ति नहीं पाते हैं, प्रभु को हमें पाना है, जीवन का मकसद यही है। How do people who are not on the spiritual journey understand? They think, oh, I know everything. You go talk to somebody, you go and tell somebody, I will tell you the recipe of happiness. As Sunil, what they'll tell you? Hey, shut up, man. They will tell Sunil Chittal, come on, let us have vodka. After two drinks of vodka, then you talk to us. Are they really interested in listening to you? They're not interested in listening to you. So, my dear friends, is the spiritual journey no fun? No. Spiritual journey is a lot of fun. It is a lot of bliss. Initially, you may have to hold back for a few things, but the kind of bliss that comes from a spiritual journey is beyond anybody can imagine that kind of happiness. With that, I fold my hands and I will see you tomorrow at 8.